Thanks for tuning in to the Campaigns of the Plains channel. Catch new material every Friday on YouTube and make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Now, on with the show.
And they are.
And welcome to episode 30 of Campaign 2, or 3, I guess, if you're listening on our podcast. Of our second D&D campaign. Remember, guys, every Friday you can catch new episodes of our D&D podcast on YouTube. Make sure to go over to our YouTube channel at Campaigns of the Plains. Make sure to subscribe, comment, like us. We appreciate it. Makes us keep doing these things, even though we're still going to do them. Travis, where else can they find us?
Well, shit, Josh. They can find us on their favorite podcast platform. Every Wednesday, we release the previous episode on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find audio goodness. So make sure to stay tuned on and subscribe on those platforms.
Awesome. And then, yeah, don't forget, guys, we also have social medias around. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We've got it all. So if you want to find out what we're up to in between episodes, want to see silly pictures, outtakes, things like that, you can catch it there. So,
we have outtakes?
Yeah, we've been posting videos of, like, funny...
Have we been?
Funny
Oh,
stuff.
shit.
We have been?
Have you guys not caught our stories on Instagram?
No.
We have stories?
I only know about Instapops. I believe I told you guys that today, and I don't know why you keep talking about Instas.
We're providing you content,
I
Josh.
thought there was
God
like some
damn
sort of
it.
like...
I know,
tweets
right?
we made.
What? What?
Yeah.
What's the internet?
Where can they find these things, Josh?
They can find us at Campaigns of the Plains on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So make sure to check us out on there. Just like he's doing right now.
Story?
No, it took me a minute to realize that there's a Morbius face in this flag.
Oh,
yeah. It's Morbin time, by the way.
That's what my sexuality is.
Anyways. Alysia, would you like to...
Oh, no. Guys, you remember how the second batch of notes are always the worst ones?
I'm excited for
Yeah.
them.
I called these notes training montage.
Right.
With the wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi style. Training montage. I caught a fly with a chopstick or something. Did that
No,
happen
you don't.
in a movie? Did I see that in a movie? Was that in a
Sure.
movie? Was it a movie?
It was.
Yeah, Karate Kid.
Okay. I've seen that movie.
It is a movie. So is Taken.
Taken is a movie.
There's a joke.
It's a very old inside joke. Anyway, okay. My first note. Char. Char is my summoner. I just wrote my summoner. I didn't write anything else. She's my trainer. My summoner trainer. I didn't finish my thought. I'm getting trained by a lady named Char who took me an episode and a half to ask her name. That's it.
He really did.
And I usually ask Josh every person's name that we come across, so he was unhappy.
It's obviously just the NPCs that are important to you. I understand.
Char's an NPC too.
Well, like
Because
side NPC.
Oh, okay. Unless there's somebody around here
What?
playing.
Her name was Shar.
Char. That's what her
Char.
name is.
I thought I said Char.
I
She
said
can't
it.
pronounce things.
I said
That's
it wrong
fine.
every time I've said it.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to say share at first.
Oh,
Do you believe? Okay.
she believes in something.
It was 3 seconds, Christian. There's no copyright.
I could set this. I could set this post-apocalyptic. I mean, she'd still be alive
She's
after
like,
that.
yeah, she's like a cockroach.
Guys, I love Cher though. She's great. My next thing, I summoned Garuda. I can summon something besides Poppy now, and it's Garuda, and she looks like a sky. Oh, I skipped some stuff.
Do we know that?
No.
No, I didn't.
Well,
No, that's what happened.
happened.
No,
It's
okay.
You have not
I
witnessed
just-
it happen, though.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think any of us interacted in this episode.
But I told you guys, I summoned Garuda at the end of the episode, I think. Anyway, I summoned Garuda, and she looks like a sky dancer. If you guys are millennials or older,
Yeah, that's right.
you probably know what a sky dancer is. If you're younger than that, Google it and watch the videos because they're cool. I had one and it was awesome. It did not get stuck in my hair.
Did it get
Kids
put in a
these
fire?
days.
I
don't
was
know
like,
how
did it go in the
Did
chimney?
it go in the chimney? I didn't have a chimney. Santa came in through the front door.
I've just got this image of Santa like kicking in your front door and being like,
Yeah.
oh.
I just got a shotgun.
But Santa was
Shotgun
my
toys,
grandpa.
yeah.
I have a picture and everything. His name was Papa. Anyway, I'm
That
sorry,
was-
guys. I've had half of this already. Okay, Ellie's still not okay about the whole Reese thing, and she can't summon Titan. And Char basically just told her to go to therapy. Not really, but that's basically go talk to Elar, and deal with your fucking issues. Is basically what she wanted me to do. And then she was like, "You can leave now, freedom." And we skipped, that the Frodo and Sam part of the adventure ended, and now we're going to the Gimli, Legolas, and Aragorn part of the adventure, in which they go and have breakfast. And they learn about war.
But what about second breakfast?
There was no time for second breakfast, because while they were eating first breakfast, they heard war was coming. And what is it good for? So they were told to meet somebody at somewhere and
Bergen.
do something about this war stuff. And but before they did all of that, they went on their own walkabouts because they had an hour. And didn't wait. I missed some things.
Are we just realizing she's an unreliable note taker?
She's the one who said the second batch of notes are always rough.
There's like
This
a
is true.
whole
Yeah,
section
that
of
was it.
stuff that is missed. Unless that happened in the first episode. Was the first episode when they like saw the weird guy with the two different colored eyes? That was the first stuff. That was the first. Yes. Okay. So this is the second. They already have talked about the war stuff. We all came back together eventually, but before that, Din found out she was approached by the guy that took us to go hunt the bear finally, and he captured her old friend who we met in the woods, whose tent was on fire and fire tornado, that kind of stuff. And her friend looks like shit and missing her totems, and is also feral. And he asked her what she wanted to do with him, and she said kill her, but then she was like, no, just kidding. And she asked him to help her send a letter home. And then Asher greases the word. Have you heard the green word? He got a door, and he can go in his door and do stuff with his door. He basically unlocked the materia smithing tutorial, and he did the tutorial, and he passed with flying colors. And then we found out there's a civil war. It's not just war, it's a civil war. And the Oasis? What? Oasis was attacked. Oasis? Did you talk
That's
about
right.
Oasis?
Yeah.
That's where I'm from.
Yeah.
Oh!
No, he's not talking about the 90s British band. The Gallagher's.
Right. Milos' home was attacked, but his aunt is safe.
Because we freed the Jinn.
Because we freed the Jinn, and Josh informed us that if we wouldn't have freed the Jinn, his aunt would have been the opposite of safe. And then...
Unalive, some may call it.
And then everybody was like, all right, let's go fight this war. We're going to do stuff. And Elly was like, wait, I have lessons tomorrow. I got to ask my teacher permission to skip. So she sent a letter. And then she went and had a really touching moment with Elar where they cried and drank about Reese to Reese. And then Becky talked to her patron, and everything got dark and mysterious and evil. And he was like, you got to do something for me or something along those lines. And I'll fix your wings. That's a free one. Go and mess with your little materia smithing friend and get him to make you some evil materia. Something like that. That's the vibe I
I
got.
remember that now, and I don't like it.
When you
That's
say
what...
it that way, you make it sound really bad.
If she says it the other way, it also sounds really bad.
And that is the...
Go trick your dumb friend to make things that are bad for me.
And that's what I got. That's what I got.
Oh, he has a very high intelligence.
Thank you for that fever dream.
God, that was a lot.
I got there,
That was an adventure.
Right? Like, you guys level up because, I don't know,
Okay.
make me some con saves or something after that one.
Wait, okay, but is it a real level up?
No!
Oh, damn it.
Cripes.
I could talk for another 20 minutes.
I was going to segue into something, and now...
I'll roleplay for a level up. I'm a slut for a level up.
Travis, would you mind being the aspirin to this fever dream and maybe cleaning some things up?
It's not. I like
Sure.
it dirty.
Or anybody else that would like to either. That's also an option.
I really picked up what she was throwing down.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was good. So here's some notes on your notes. So yes, she did, finally ask her teacher's name in the last episode, and it is, Char, which is kind of like Cher, but, a little older and crankier by the sounds of it. And she did manage to harness some of her summoning power and actually command the essence of a Titan, or of a Aeon, I should say. And meanwhile, the rest of the party was basically preparing for war as we went down to the I believe it was the southern guard post, and we inquired with Boren down there.
Bergen.
Bergen, excuse me. And talked with her and her troops what we could contribute to the battle. The fighters were kind of separated so that they could help take on the troops head on as they passed through a ravine, and the spellcasters were taken aside by their head spellcaster, which was Emma, the head mage, and Milos is going to be assigned to basically pull the rock walls of the ravine down on the troops as they pass through, and Becky is going to corral any stragglers into the ravine using tornadoes or various evocation magic. There was the incident with Din and her friend, where they had caught her rival. We'll call it a rival. She seems like she's in a really bad state. I believe we also learned that when a Beastmaster catches a beast, they essentially transfer some of their essence into the creatures they catch. So if they have all their creatures ripped from them, they are essentially a feral creature without a soul. Din decided to try and help her somehow by taking her home. After the day was done, there was, of course, the moment between Elly and Elar, and also, as she mentioned, there was a moment where Becky's patron did appear in the middle of the night and offer a trade of more power after Becky was attacked by Nullthal. And in exchange, she just needed to collect some of her patron's essence into a small purple materia, which, conveniently enough, Asher just learned how to do. And that is where we left off in the middle of the night.
Correct. So, after you all find some more little rest as you can, it being hard to calm the nerves before the storm of battle for the next day, you do get some rest, and just as dawn creeps into the window of Ilar's apartment, it begins to rouse some of you. You can already hear movement of many feet on the road below, people scrambling even down in the center commune area of the tree, maybe grabbing something quick, maybe some rations, quick breakfast, and beginning to marshal out towards the city's southern gate. You hear a knock at the door, and you see the familiar image of the white mage Emma pop her head in, and she says, "You all have about half an hour to prepare. Please, quickly meet us downstairs when you're ready. And with that, she closes the door, heads back down. What are the high passive perception? So...
Besides me?
Me. I think mine's pretty high, too.
13.
Yep.
17.
Yeah, okay.
She sees things. She just don't pay attention.
She hears it all.
She hears everything. She knows what's going on.
Not super high. I'm looking for like a 14 and above. Okay, just the two of you. All right. So
for that.
the two of you see this. You look around, wiping the not wiping your eyes in some cases, wiping off the fog of your glasses,
With
your
your
goggles. Kind of coming to, and you immediately notice that there is another body in this room that wasn't here before. Not body, I should say, but another presence in the room that wasn't here the night prior. And you both look in Asher's general direction, and where he had been sleeping one side of the floor, you see in his arms, he's kind of sleeping towards you guys, but like has his arms kind of folded, and you wouldn't have noticed it right away, but the white kind of sticks out on his black or on his brown leathers, because he probably wouldn't have slept in his armor. Actually, you wear a tunic underneath, don't you?
Sure.
So the white
Probably, I don't know, at the bear's den or whatever, he just wears nothing.
Oh, I mean...
In the cubby hole.
The cubby hole, yeah.
The stark white kind of just barely clashes with his very tan skin. Then you look and you see that this figure is like tucked in between his arms. It looks like something out of myth, something that both of you recognize because it is a very popular like toy for children, no matter where you go, and is based off of a myth. But you look and you see this is a Moogle in his arms. You don't remember him having a stuffed animal.
Okay, first of all, did you get a message back?
What's the name for the mics?
Okay. Did you get a
Stage
message?
wizard.
Did you get a message back from Shar? But I had to take a message to her. She didn't send anything back. She seemed angry. Okay, second thing. Could you just like go and like jiggle the palm?
She kind of looks over and she does what that cat stretches. She stands up and then she like saunters over, doing that. Since she looks like a Persian, she's doing that whole body wobble over to this Moogle and like baps the palm, and like it kind of does this thing, like just kind of floats there.
Is it alive? Do it again.
She bops it again, and it just kind of.
I'm gonna like crawl over there.
You see this going on as well, Marquies.
Just like I'm doing like the
I'm
like.
just more curious. Like I'm fascinated at.
I'm just like crawling
Is
over.
it Joel
I'm getting
with
like
his stuffed animal?
really close to Asher while he's sleeping,
Well,
and I'm like
that's
trying to
really
lift
creepy
the arm
outside.
a little so I can look at the Moogle.
Make me a sleight of hand.
Okay.
What's your passive
This
perception?
is sleep.
11.
11. He's waking
I
up.
didn't mean to do that. I didn't ignore that. I didn't mean to do that. Come here. Come here. 20. 14.
So you manage to get his arm up as he's just kind of waking up drowsily, and you manage to get it high enough, and you see it's a full-bodied Moogle. Yeah, I mean, and it like if it's a doll, it's a very well-crafted doll.
Is it just like staring straight forward?
It's got his eyes closed.
Hello?
Are you touching it?
Yeah, I give it a little pet on its forehead.
On its forehead? You touch, and the fur is soft. Like cloud soft.
Poppy, it's softer than you.
And she kind of...
Don't be mean.
And she kind of, like, turns away from you.
Are you jealous because Asher's not cuddling you?
She kind of does that cat kick the feet behind it thing as she goes off to probably find something. She doesn't need to eat, but she's a cat.
Elly, in Elly's mind, she's a cat, so she needs to eat. So therefore, she's imprinting that onto Poppy's spirit.
Exactly.
I'll be like, are you alive? Are you a toy?
And you see as this big pair of eyes open up, and you hear, "Koopa." Asher, you hear this now for the first time, too. You wake up, and Elly's got your arm up like this. And
I'm like draped over
what are you doing?
I'm like draped over you, because I'm crouched on the floor next to you. Oh, hi, Asher.
Hey, what's going on?
You're just so handsome.
Yeah, that's what my mom always
Just
said.
like sit down next to him.
With your arm up, you can now see the full body of the Koopo, of the Moogle, and it has this kind of tuft of fur on its chest and these little dark purple wings on its back and these tiny little adorable paws on its feet, and it's kind of showing off those toe beans and big red palm on the top of its head.
Tickle the toe beans.
It's got it's not the Moogles with the big red noses, but it's actually the one that's like with the cat nose, the tiny little bean nose. But
tickle the toe bean.
it also has like this tiny little apron on,
I still tickle
and he's
the
got
toe
a little satchel.
Definitely still tickle the toe bean.
And it just gonna poo poo.
Where did you get this? How did you think that they were real?
You saw it before I did.
But you were snuggling it. Did you
Well, it's
buy
comfy.
it at a pet shop?
Just a Mogwai? No.
What?
No, I slept. I fell asleep by
Do
by
you even
myself.
know what this is? It's a Moogle.
Read about them, but I didn't think they were real.
Poppy doesn't seem to like it. She's jealous.
Understand.
Why are you here, little thing?
Koopa?
I don't speak that language.
And in your head, Asher, you actually hear words.
Okay.
And
What are they saying?
it says, "Hi there.
Hi. Who are you?
I'm your helper.
Oh.
I'm your workshop helper."
Oh. Do you have a name?
Not yet.
Doesn't have a name. It's my helper.
Give him a name. Them?
They?
They? Give them a name.
What do you name? I don't.
Ask them what they would like their name to be.
What would you like to be called?
Well, my great-grand Moogle's name was Mogwin.
Oh. Grandmother's name is Mogwin. Do you name yourself after grandmother?
I don't
name
know.
things.
I don't know what my grandmother's name was.
Never mind either. I'm sure it had a name.
I think everyone was dead before I was.
Oh, that's morbid. On a Tuesday.
I don't know what Tuesday means.
I don't either.
My uncle's name was Mogwell. I had a friend named Moglin.
It sounds like Mog.
Yeah.
I'm from the Mog clan, is what you hear in your
You
head.
should ask them if they're a Mog lady or a Mog boy or a Mog them.
Do all of us see this by now?
Yeah, you're seeing as Elly and
I'm like
Asher.
uncomfortably close to Asher's face. I'd have no sense of like bubbles.
Let's find some Mog names.
You're
Oh
hearing.
my god! It's adorable!
You just see Marquies like slow turn to Becky.
As soon as Becky shrieks, Poppy like does the cat scared jump back thing and hisses.
I think Becky gets down in there like...
Oh, you're down in there too?
Gets very uncomfortably close.
Yeah. Just very like...
It's like guys who walk their dogs at the park and they get all the girls' attentions.
Din, you're also seeing a Moogle for the first time. You've heard about them, but
it's
like
a creature.
again, mythology.
I want to capture it. Din tries to wrestle it.
So you've got three ladies in super uncomfortable close.
Hi,
Nice.
Becky. Hi, Din. What are you doing here? This is Moogle. I think it's Asher's Moogle.
Google?
Is it sort of
What?
Yeah, it's
It's like Asher, like Elly still has one of Asher's arms
I'm
up.
just I'm not having it up because I sat down next to him, but I am holding his arm. Like I'm holding it like not up, just like
You
I'm sitting
still
next
haven't
to
let
him,
go of his
and I
arm, but
haven't
it's
let go. I'm
down.
holding it like I have it sitting on my lap.
Oh, okay.
I'm just holding it because I'm invested in the Moogle.
But Asher still has like one arm around it from sleeping.
Yeah. I'll let it go and see if it will walk around and let it stretch.
Yeah, it does this really cute, like adorable, like tiny arm stretch as it gets up and
wings.
yeah, and like kind of flaps its wings out a little bit, and then it like starts to flutter its wings up a little bit, but doesn't quite get off the ground right away.
So cute.
Oh, who's that cute little Moogie Poo?
That begs to question. Milos, what did you name your rock man?
I didn't name him. I didn't ask him what his name was either. Maybe I should have. Did he? I was gonna ask. Did he go away? Like,
yeah. Yep.
When I went to sleep. Okay.
Yep.
I figured he did. But yeah, I forgot to ask him his name. I will have to do that again this morning after I summon him.
Everyone's got
But
pets.
if we only have a half hour, we should probably hurry.
Where's your pets? Marquies? Maybe we should get you a dog. You look like you would like a dog.
I'm not sure.
A bird?
Oh yeah,
It
he needs
can
a
sit
bird.
on his
He needs like a
shoulder.
raven.
Yes.
That would
Okay.
Very
be
beak heavy.
I
that
know
would be
that-
very
heavy.
mood.
I know
Yeah.
that
Actually,
I know that we catch animals for you, but would you like to go and lasso a raven with me?
I'm
Yes.
not sure that you
Okay.
should be lassoing
Can
any
you
sort
train
of
it
bird.
to sit on his shoulder? No.
I don't think they like
Can you-
that.
Can you train it to sit on your shoulder?
Yeah.
If we lasso it. Maybe we could just train it the old-fashioned way. No, with clippers
Pete is really not gonna like us.
and treats.
You have to win in combat.
I don't.
They are incredibly intelligent creatures. I don't think you need to be fighting them.
I don't know if that was a challenge.
So we're not
What-
lassoing a raven.
You can befriend them.
They're very smart.
Ooh, let's feed one.
They
And
like
see if he follows us
you can
around.
give them gifts. They will remember it.
Well, you know,
And they will
I
give you gifts.
I
in
can learn
return.
how to talk to an animal if I prepare it. So I'll try to remember to do that, and then go lasso the bird, and then talk to it, and give it a bead.
A beat.
They're shiny.
Hold on. Did you just say lasso the bird?
Yeah.
Why you don't lasso
So that
birds?
he can get it.
No,
so that he
you really don't need. That's
I
not
don't.
a good
How
idea.
else do you catch a bird?
Well, you.
But you have to catch it before you can fight it. You're not very big. I think a lasso would work fine.
I
Or a
don't
big
know.
bag.
See, that's not a good. Okay, this is terrible. How do you make friends with not animals?
You guys are the only friends that I have.
Good. You did not bag or lasso any of us, correct?
Oh, I should get a lasso.
She's trying to bag some of us, I think.
Oh,
Oh well, I mean, well,
I think that
suffer from that.
I think
course.
that you've made him blush, and that's weird because he's got a mask on, but it's
the inside of his goggles
Yeah,
get foggy.
it's foggy.
There's not a lot of airflow through here.
Did you want a bird or not?
Do you want-
Do you want a bird or not?
We're trying to do a nice
I'm not-
thing.
I don't really need. I don't really need a bird.
I didn't say need. Do you want a bird or not?
I'm not. I
I'm
don't.
telling you, we should just go get him a dog.
That's right.
Why-
We'll just get
I don't really think.
We'll
that
get
it's
you
a good
something.
idea
We'll
right
get you
now.
something.
Don't
You
worry
just
about
be
it. We'll figure it out.
surprised when you get it, okay? It'll be a gift. Is your birthday coming up?
I don't.
Which bird?
Which?
Happy
I would-
Death Day to you.
I don't know if he would know the birthday of his body that he's inhabiting now.
I would not.
So it would be his birthday of the body that he used to have. His soul birthday, if you will.
Does it weigh heavy?
Oh
Uh-huh.
god, it is absolutely heavy. Who the fuck said that?
Okay, back on topic. What are we naming this little adorable little Moogle?
I don't know.
It's up to Eric.
I know, and I hate
I
naming
know.
things.
Unless you want me to choose for you, but I don't feel like you're gonna. Like,
I really don't care.
Name
What?
him Moogpie.
Oh, is he such a cutie
Mo-
pie?
Because he's such
Magpie?
a magpie.
Mogpie.
Because he's such a cutie
it's so
pie.
close to
Magpie.
Mogwai.
Yes, I was generating Mogwai questions. There's got if his name's Mog, we just always
That
go
sounds-
why, and then he's Mogwai.
You
Magpie.
could
Sounds
just
like a
keep
disease.
your naming convention of your other real life pets and just choose a god and
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
go with that.
but I like Mogpie.
Magpie.
Yeah.
Mogpie?
Magpie.
Magpie.
Alright. So, and I'll also leave gender up to you. It's,
I don't think they have genders. Do they? I mean, Bradley.
It can. It's up to you because it's a familiar.
Oh, I don't think it has a gender. I don't think it's important.
It's they then.
Yeah.
Alright.
Magpie.
So their name is Mogpie.
They, them.
Are you spelling M-O-G-P-I-E like cutie pie?
Yeah.
Sure.
That's how I spell
I
it.
would spell it. I'm
Yeah.
a horrible speller and
I
taker.
am gonna write that down.
Okay, Poppy. I pick a Poppy and I put Poppy by Magpie.
We just hold them up and like
This
introduce
is
them
your
to
Now
each
new-
other.
keys.
So this is your new friend, Magpie. Now play nice.
Yeah.
And she's just like, wow.
You gotta be nice.
How big are they? Like,
So think like a medium-sized teddy bear for just
like
kind
2
of
to 3 feet?
kind of like this, yeah. I mean, with the Asher, yeah.
Poppy is cat size, Persian
Yes.
size.
Yeah.
Persians are pretty large,
Yeah.
but it's all hair.
I think this is probably all poofy hair too.
It's very poof, yes.
You gotta play nice.
You're Eric, you're one step closer to Lulu now.
Right? Oh my god.
Oh, when are we
You
getting the
just
cats
need
over?
belts.
I love her so
Oh,
much.
you just need belts.
Right.
Belts.
He should have just like a belt, like just leather armor. Maybe it is just
all
like
belts. It's all belts, yes.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, so let's go to war now.
And now we go to
I'm
war.
gonna bring this cute little animal to war.
We're gonna murder people.
All right.
Murder war. Oh, I don't even know if I can come play with you guys.
Oh yeah, you might get expelled.
Or worse.
What time is it? Is it dawn yet?
Yeah.
I gotta go. Just take off. I grab Poppy and just go. I'll meet up with you at the murder war if I can.
Becky does some morning prep, like brush her hair and, put a little blush on her cheeks,
We're going to
lighten it
war.
a little bit, because
okay.
if you're gonna slay, you better slay, right? And so, and then she uses her cape of fashion, and she's going to turn it that looks like a bunch of like leaves and branches, essentially camouflage.
Sure, with green foliage around the forest. Gotcha. Milos, are you heading outside real quick to do your commune?
Yeah, depending on if we're going to go down for breakfast or something, or if we're just like heading straight out.
Most of the breakfast is like everybody's being handed like maybe some a biscuit and fruit, like, and maybe a skin of water. Like,
Okay.
It's nothing fancy this morning.
Then yeah, I would take the time to, while everyone else is prepping, to go and commune quick. And I would again crisscross applesauce and think about the earth. And after I raise my little Titan familiar, I will ask, do the armies we are about to fight today hold greater numbers and strength than us?
You see, as this marshaled elemental focuses in the direction that you were told, because it relies on your information, and you see itself kind of lower itself to the ground and places what may be construed as a hand to the earth itself, and like looks up in that direction and turns back to you and says, "There are great numbers, but there's something also hidden within their numbers."
And I don't get a second question, so I say, thank you for the information. Come along.
And it follows willingly.
And I will, as we're walking and talking, I'm assuming I'm talking in their language, which is primordial.
Yes.
So I'll talk to them in primordial and be like, what's her name, by the way? Do you have a name? I mean, are you just like Earth Elemental? Is that your name? Or do you have like a specific thing you go by? I'm very about names today, so just making sure. I don't want to misgender you.
So you have this, not psychic connection with this elemental, but you have more of a empathic connection with them. And you get this feeling from the elemental that it conveys to you that it is not one, it is many. The elementals are not individual. While they may focus their power at an individual point, they are never one.
So you are one of many.
We are legion!
Right. I was actually thinking 4, like 3 of 7 or 5 of 9 or whatever.
7 of 9. 7 of 9.
yeah, sure, yeah. But if it's infinite, then I can't be like, I guess it could be 7 of a million or 7 of infinite or something. But I'm just gonna call you Ren. I will think of a nickname for you, but to know, don't have anything else I need to worry about. Thank you.
Alright. So You rejoin your group as seems like everybody has grabbed their breakfast. Is there any other preparations anybody else needs to make beforehand?
I just need to know how many potions I would have been able to make over these few days.
You've had about 3 days, so whatever your max amount of potions per day is. Your infusions, you should have your infusion list, right? In the class list. Whatever PDF that is in somewhere.
Yeah.
It's like having a bunch of notes on homebrew, folks. Sometimes they get a little messy. I don't want to give you the wrong...
Is the
I
Is
found a name for my elemental. It is going to be called Duster. I.e. Duster.
Duster?
Duster, nickname Duster.
Okay. I like that. Reminds me of an old car my dad used to drive called Duster. And the jacket, of course.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Don't have the page with it?
I don't see that.
You're level 6, right?
Yeah.
So, let me pull it up. Because it should be, your Wiz mod plus your proficiency mod number of infusions a day.
Is it the wisdom or intelligence?
Oh, int for your class, right?
Plus proficiency, you said?
Yep.
7. Okay.
Thought that sounded about right.
Okay. I'll write down.
And then, Matt, did I ever send you your stats for your marshaled creature?
No, we initially were talking about the methods, but I don't know if that's completely ended.
Yeah, I actually have a different one I'm going to send you.
Okay.
Because I am going to shout out because I actually backed this one while I was creating this one. I had forgotten, and they sent me an email with the stats like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, all right, creature feature. So I'm going to give a shout out to them. We're going to be using the Dungeon Geeks creature features, so check them out. Those are the stats I'm going to be using for their elements. They also are the ones responsible for kind of my muse for this particular campaign. They are the ones who also did the Final Fantasy XIV class guide, which I base a lot of information off and got a lot of feedback from them, so check them out, please. They do it for free, so.
Well, I thought you should do it for the Nucky.
Well, I'm not gonna assume, like, if it's just the Nookie that they like, or even if they like the Nookie at all.
Yeah.
Whoa, Eric, did we just say a song together?
Yes.
Do you feel dirty?
I feel used,
Oh.
but I like it.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm gonna throw it to you in chat here, Matt.
Okay.
So, yeah, so you should, Marquies, you should have been able to create 21 infusions over the last 3 days, so.
That's cool.
I will say you will have needed to get some supplies, which were easily obtainable in town. We'll say it was probably cost you about 18 gold for supplies. Are you poker chipping me and just being like, is that what you're doing?
What?
You have that much?
Oh, the phone?
I have. I
How much did you
only.
say?
18 gold.
Only have 18 gold.
I don't think I have money. We probably should kill.
We haven't earned any money. We've been on the run for the entire time.
Fugitives.
If you needed money, Elly would have given you money.
18.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if you would have needed money, Elly would have given you money because she doesn't know what money is. You watched her
Think you
not
already
understand how money worked in person.
Is there anything else anybody needed before the battle?
I spent all my money.
Yeah, we split it up.
Yeah. Elly finally split it all up between
I
everybody.
don't think so.
You got money?
And then we
Nope.
spent it when we were in the.
It's because it spilled out of her bag when she
Yeah.
got.
And then we spent it all when we were in the self.
Call back to another episode and reminder: the group has a deck of many.
No, it doesn't.
Why are you pushing that?
No, we don't.
Because Josh wants to use real world items.
Yeah.
No, my friend Seth, also shout out to Seth, wants me to use them because he bought me the deck of animated ones and he wants to see what'll happen.
No, nothing. My bag
I also want to see what happens, but also...
my haversack spontaneously combusted is what happened.
I think next time anyone pulls it, you just have to get all of... You just have to do it.
You just get naked.
Get naked.
Oh.
Pull it out when you're naked.
Whip it out.
Show.
I'm just gonna roll out there with a fucking cart full of fucking...
Roll me. Let's see
Get your
if the
potions.
potion maker helped you out here. I'm gonna see if he had this in stock at any point in time for you to have picked up. Why don't you roll me percentile, and we'll say if you roll over 40, he will have had something helpful, as he saw you like come in and out of his store in the last 3 days, and like carrying handfuls of items and potions on yourself.
I don't roll percentile very often. That's a no. I think that's a 30 and that's a 9.
Oh, 30. That's so close. You know what?
That's my age.
No, it's not.
You're 25.
Oh, it's the age on my fake ID.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Well, you don't need a fake ID anymore. You can legally fucking drink.
Oh, what age?
More fun at the
What age am I
Yeah,
in this?
23.
Oh, I still have a fake one because I want to be older.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, so that you can rent a car.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
right.
You roll. I said 40, and you rolled a 39. I'm gonna leave it to the table.
It's okay. You don't have.
No. I'm gonna leave it to the table. See what the table says. Table. Do you think we'll give it a point each? So we'll see. He's at 39 now. If enough of you agree, if you agree, it'll give him a +1. If you disagree, it's gonna be a -1. So it's gonna be up to you guys. So, all right. We'll start with Matt.
Well, I'm of course gonna say +1. Like I mean,
Okay.
We're trying to figure out if the potion maker or the potion seller helped him.
Yeah.
Well,
You remember the potion seller. No, you remember the potion seller. He was kind of crazy. I'm not
Is
guaranteeing
this the guy that was
kind of...
making all those drinks? Or
Yeah,
that place?
yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not guaranteeing a good item.
This could be
I'm not guaranteeing a good item. I am guaranteeing a
something
perhaps
will happen.
useful item.
It's something.
Perhaps harmful item.
Yeah, see, he's trying to roll a fucking deck of many into a goddamn potion right now.
I mean, it's possible, but I'm here for it.
All right. Well, that's a +1. Becky? Matt?
Becky definitely vote for chaos.
For chaos. All right, Din.
Yes.
Chaos. Ellie?
God, I'm actually kind of scared.
Yes.
For chaos.
I think it sweeps. We partied with this guy. He loves us.
Okay.
He totally helped
Yeah.
us.
I know,
All right.
he did not
I don't
help
know if he
me.
helped us in a good way.
I was so lost. I drank one of his weird drinks.
What was his name? In my head it was Zeke or Nick. I don't remember.
God, I just made it up, and I have it in my last time notes, which are on paper and at home, because I was using them to review. Shit.
Leave it in the comments.
Oh,
His
yeah.
name is...
Womp, womp, womp.
I'm not doing.
Put it
I'm
here.
not.
Put
no,
it Christian.
that's-
Here's the box.
You have to go in and do
it.
it like Nicholas. His name was Nicholas.
I literally have making brews with bartender. I don't have his name though. Damn it!
Yeah.
Oh, let me check my notes.
We'll Oh, maybe Paige has it.
No, I was.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't have
Oh, darn.
I won't have it.
Anyway.
it.
So,
I've always spent it all.
underneath one of your last trips, Marquies, to the potion makers, you kind of got the room down. It's full of empty bottles. Maybe not all the way empty bottles. Some of the reagents sometimes turn sour. You swear you could either smell good cheese or bad meat. And maybe perhaps a hint of elderberries. But beneath all of the bottles and junk, something catches your eye. It is a strap of leather at first glance, and you're viewing it through these different varying glass vials, so you're getting the funhouse mirrors look of it. But you kind of clear away the bottles, and you pull out this bandolier.
Oh.
And you look at it. It is this kind of black leather bandolier. It looks like it's been used, definitely well worn, and it kind of has, even though you have your mask on, you kind of still get a whiff of like old reagents that kind of smell like your laboratory, where you've had enough reagents and potions and mixtures like soak into a certain cloth or even your leathers. It smells like home. It's a very comfortable smell. But you also get this. Are you trained in Arcana?
Yeah, I should. Well, yes, but like I guess I've never rolled on Arcana checks just because I'm always like I'm a scientist.
It's fine. You're knowledgeable of Arcana. You don't disagree with it. You know it exists. So
I
it's easy.
make my potions around spells. So
Yeah, exactly. So you get the feeling that this particular item has a bit of magic held within, and you see runes carved in between the belts on the bandolier too. So it's very strange, as most bandoliers that you've seen, either for small vials or such, would, when put on correctly, would be facing like upright, so vials wouldn't accidentally spill or anything like that. This one worn right seems like, especially bigger potion vials, it would be worn downward, and it has this like, once you kind of like flick the strap, it seems like the strap won't give away from the weight of something, but if you were to do a downward motion and like flick the strap, something would come out pretty easy.
Quick draw potion.
Yeah. I gave it a test. Just like see what happens.
Are you putting the bandolier on?
Sure. I mean, I'll try it on. Like, don't kill me.
So I need you to roll me percentile again.
Okay. 97.
So you're testing this by drawing a potion out of it to see how you're kind of inserting a potion or a vial into.
There's no line. I don't know if that's.
You don't have a 9 or a line to differentiate 9
no
from
line,
6.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, is it the 10s?
Yeah.
That one's easy to tell because it'll be the 0 afterwards. However you look at it,
I think
on the right side.
The one you just had
Well,
on.
this was. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I think that might be a. Oh, hold on. 60.
Those are all the odds. So is it on the even side or the odd side?
It's on the odd side.
So then it's a 9. Right?
Well, let me see.
Because it's in between the 50 and the 10.
It's a 90 because the
Okay.
0 is on the right hand side. So
It's all the evens on the bottom, all the odds on the top.
that too. Yeah, it's the 10 spot and then the 0. 0 is always on the right. So however
Just
it reads
put a
like.
goddamn line.
It's fine. You don't get to do that very often. Okay. So you put a potion or something in this just to kind of test it, how it draws and whatnot. What potion are you throwing in there?
I guess. Oh shit. I don't know. Like, what do I got? Let's see. We'll just say. Oh, I mean, okay. I'm sure I probably would have had like an elixir on me or something.
All right. So with the 97, you hear this voice in your head as it gives away completely, like faster than any like draw should be, but it's so easy, and like when you put it in there, you hardly feel the weight from the potion at all, and you feel this voice kind of right beside you, and you hear it, and not a voice so much as a presence, a knowledge, someone imparting information to you, and the runes begin to glow, and on a 97, feel like this elixir that you just drew from the bandolier, on top of its regular effects, would actually heal a little bit better. What? I would never.
Oh God. Oh no.
This is how we die.
I would never.
I've
You
been
guys
wild-
voted for chaos.
I've been
Yeah,
wild
that's
magic
fair.
fireballed at least twice.
You said chaos. It's not a wild magic. I have come up with a table.
We
Like
got
I said,
that.
like I said, it is both good and could potentially be harmful. But you get the feeling that this could be helpful. You sense no ill will from this.
How many can I load into this?
On the front of the bandolier,
Sorry. Yeah.
there are 7 slots.
Okay.
7 sluts?
7
Yes.
slots.
All right.
All right.
I see 8.
So many holes.
Hmm?
What? So many holes to put your juices in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go up to the guy. Like, what? You have this just kind of like stashed. What is this?
Recognize that?
You don't remember having this thing? Seems like it's useful.
I mean, it was in my shop, so it's mine now.
I'm pretty sure it would have been yours before. You don't remember like making this or buying it off someone?
Can't make anything with leather.
Okay, well, I think this could be quite useful, especially considering we've got, a lot of guys coming and they're probably going to, try to make us dead.
Sure.
Yeah,
You have bought a lot of stuff from me this week. You know what? I'll tell you what.
you are the only person who sells supplies.
That's just our little secret, though.
I think everyone is aware.
He says, tell you what, I will let you take it off my hands for, let's say, 60 gold.
I can give you 5.
How about 5 gold? And he reaches underneath the counter and he pulls out.
Oh God, you're going to give me more of these things to feed to my companions, aren't you?
He pulls out a red, a purple, and this silver, metallic silver potion from the bottom of the counter that just kind of swirls like that hypnotic drink. And he puts it in the light and it kind of changes different colors as it swirls. And he's like, if you feed these to your party members and you or your friends and you report back to me on what they do, I'll let you take it.
Oh hell. All of the hells together at once. Just, You don't have any clue what these things do.
No. I know what the reagents will do. They won't die. Probably.
Okay, why not? Sure.
Great, we have a deal.
This is terrifying. And then just kind of rest of fucking beak on the goddamn
And slide that 5 gold over to him. Alright. Yes. So, you have the bandolier of the Manic Medic.
Manic medic?
Just another medic.
You're gonna die.
I am keeping the table to myself until you reveal more things.
That's terrifying.
Aw.
But yes, it will allow you to use or to draw and use a potion as a bonus action if you have it stored in your bandolier. And you can store different potions in your bandolier on a short rest.
Fancy.
Put it in the slot.
Up to 7.
7 slots for 7 buildings.
Alright. Was there anything else anybody wanted to prepare to do before?
Do I need to attune?
No.
I went to train.
Oh, this bandolier also has 2 slots already in it.
Oh, yay!
So you can tell, like I said, from the leather, it seems like it's old. Old.
Can you remove them? Or no, when you remove them, they activate. Can he just take them out?
He can just take a potion out, but if he's using an action to
I gotcha.
focus and pull one to use, that's when it
I
happens.
was just wondering if he could take them out. Or you could just take them out and throw them at us and see what happens.
What? No, what? He's the one who puts the potions in. Why?
You said it already had 2 slots.
Yeah.
It has 2 slots in the armor that he could put materia into.
Oh, we thought it had 2 potions in it.
No,
I thought
no,
you
no, no,
had
no.
2 potions in it.
Yeah,
No. It has 2 slots where he could put materia
See,
into.
Oh, you didn't say
I
materia
forgot
slots.
that material.
Sorry.
You're confusing us with all these slots.
All these slots
You need
that
to say,
I'm
if you
giving.
say slots, you need to say materia slots.
Yeah, is it
Fair
an
enough.
MS or
For-
just an S?
For us, for the audience, for us.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Fair enough. I will use pouches as the
So there's-
word for
Yeah, that's
the
cool.
bandolier.
There's 2 materia in the.
No,
Oh,
no, there's
just
2 slots
for
where materia could
the
be
2
placed.
slot materia.
Everyone's gonna be coming up to Asher like, "Hey, buddy, can you slot me?
Can you just put this
Can
in?
you just put this in?
Just
Put
put
it
it
in.
Put it in.
Put it in!
Just the tip.
What is Asher doing? Where's he at?
He's
I
probably
have a
talking
big
to the
purple one
little
you
girl.
can stick in.
This is your
Becky's just
child.
trying to
I
get
think
my
those are
materia.
called eggplants, Travis.
Aubergine?
Aubergine.
Aubergine? Now I want eggplant.
I don't think I have no idea what they actually taste like.
Me either.
Dick.
Huh.
Yeah.
Just like avocados.
Oh man.
Christian's like, I still don't know what they taste like.
Doesn't help
It
me.
does not help me.
Turns out, still not aware.
Yeah, like I said, you guys have a few minutes. So are you curing Magpie, or are you allowing him to just kind of fly?
Does he have a fly speed?
He does. He has a fly speed of 30.
Oh, he can keep up with us. I probably will have to ask someone later if they can like fashion like a little backpack for him. I want like a little Yoda, like right?
Nice.
Little
Elly can make you one.
Yeah, a little like satchel.
Elly could make you one.
Maybe
It might take
yarn.
her a while because she would have to knit it because she doesn't have fabric.
Yeah,
But she would get there.
yeah. Well, I can maybe make one in my little room.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta figure out how that room works. The room of requirement.
I gave you the red, purple, and silver one, right? For potions?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I want this. Because in my head, that's mercury. That is the potion of haste. I don't know what it is, but that's what I've decided, and I want that in my gullet.
Alright.
Man, I don't think taste much.
I don't know what it is. I'm not a potion maker.
You need licorice for.
Which I never understood. Like, most components have, like, an understanding. I don't get licorice as a haste component.
Yeah, me neither.
I
Because
think
most people get really
licorice
mad and
root
chase you.
was considered like it gave you vitamin vinegar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
Usually,
much on
I always thought
herbology.
like anise, like if you chewed on it was like a Novocaine. Like I remember someone that I was friends with that was like super organic farming, and you could chew on like anise root and it was like a Novocaine. But
Anise root's still disgusting. Anyway, did anybody want to do anything else before? You have a few minutes. You could do something quick.
I'm up with fucking 21 potions.
I went to training.
Yeah, you took off that way. So
I get distracted by bread on the way. I'm buying clothes.
no bread. Everything's kind of in lockdown.
Everything's
Like
closed. Oh, why is everything closed, Poppy?
you don't get a Mao. You just get a
Quizzical look.
Yeah,
Oh,
not
gosh.
even quizzical. She's just like, how are you even alive? Can you forget to breathe?
She's breathing manually, yes.
In and out.
Elly teaches yoga class.
There we go.
Exhale. Feel the bad energy.
Do you like supporting artists? Do you like nerdy things like Dungeons and Dragons? Then Co-op Creations SD is the store for you. You can find adorable dragons, menacing mind flayers, and jealous jelly cubes to accompany you on your adventures. Need a way to safely transport your math rocks? Then their homemade dice bags will keep your click-clacks warm. Stop on by their Etsy page soon, as stock is limited.
So, you go out into the town, which is less lively than it has been in the last 3 days. It's kind of been on this downhill trend towards quietness. So, from this party hard, amazing tonality to an uneasiness in the last couple of days. Whispers, growing unease even in shopkeepers, to just plain dead. Shops have been shuttered. There's no merchants on the street. However, it does seem like there are families that are
wishing people goodbye. A few hand out flowers to the wood whalers that have donned their battle masks and armor. It's a very somber tone. Some of them are marshalling at the gate already, and you hear orders being shouted. You see that a number of supplies have been taken, some small carts for provisions. It's not very far away from the city, the ravine that is on the main road that is being used to entrap the enemy, but it is a good hour and a half slow march with a column of soldiers. You see Bergen shouting orders from atop of the southern gate. You also see Emma now conferring with a few mages who seem to be either placing spells upon themselves, enhancement spells on creatures that are going to bear the burden, protective spells on each other, that sort of thing. But as you approach, Bergen waves you over, at least those of you that will be in the column with the physical fighters. And Emma catches your caster glances, so Becky, Milos, she kind of waves you over, and the rest of you head over to Bergen. Bergen says, "Are you ready to head out? Said your farewells?"
I'm good.
All right. Well, I'll have you at the back of the column for now. That's where I'll be, so that way we can kind of confer on what your jobs will be, since I haven't really given you time to get the full battle plan. We head out in 5. Emma waves you all over. She seems chipper-ish. She has her white hood with the red triangle pattern around pulled up, as it's a fairly dewy morning. There's a bit of fog that has rolled into the city, and you see as there are just a small handful of mages here. Only about 4 others besides the 2 of you.
Can you tell based on like their clothing or anything what type of casters they might be? Like, does one of them have like a book that's very obviously a wizard or something?
So just kind of taking a look at the folks here, it's hard to tell. Mainly because 2 of them are actually wood whalers, the folks who usually protect the roads, the city themselves, so they have their wooden masks over. They also have, in juxtaposition to their more physical aspected comrades, they have more of like light brown leathers with kind of green cloaks. And there are a couple of rather flashy individuals here in this particular grouping of mages. You see that there is another white mage like Emma who has been casting protective magics. She's kind of in the middle of casting some kind of ward on Emma herself. You also see that there is another mage that you're not really familiar with, as they are gesturing and like articulating without the use of any kind of book or seemingly any kind of focus, or at least any that you can spot at the moment. Seems like they are even like whispering the spells or not having to say the spells aloud at all. Very strange. But then one figure does catch your glance, where everybody seems to be somber, or at least in not a chipper mood. This individual is very loud, kind of happy almost too. Not only that doesn't only catch your attention, but also the garb of this individual. This individual is dressed in almost head to toe bright red. They have this pointed hat with this giant red feather that is pouring out of the hat, and they have this like half cloak, and it kind of drags off of their shoulders, and they are also wearing these knee-high black, like slick down boots, as well as they have
very strangely enough, a red saber at their side. It's not sheathed, but it is in their belt. It is more of an epoch-style saber, and there is a focus on the other hip. It looks to be this giant red crystal that has this gold filigree. And not only is this individual in all of this red, but everything has gold trimming as well. You look upon closer inspection, and this person is a Makote.
Oh.
And he does a twirl and bows to you as he sees you coming, and he says, "Good day, sirs, madam."
Well, he's a fancy cat.
And I'm top liver.
Oh.
He certainly wears more clothes than you.
That's fair.
And he actually bows to you and says, "Let us seize the day today. Let us grasp victory together. Let us unite against these evil forces." He's putting on a very good show. In fact, he got a... if anybody would like to make an insight check against him, you certainly may do so now, or the casters.
Sure.
Why
I
not?
want to know more about this guy.
Okay.
First roll of the night.
I'm going to let you know right now that he has rolled a 26.
There's not really a point in rolling. I can't roll.
Dirty 20 is all I got.
Okay.
Yeah, mine.
Seems full of confidence. Definitely, like, maybe even he knows what he's doing and could be, like, a good leader for you guys. Like, yeah, you know what? He's kind of instilling a little bit of hope in you guys as well. I mean, you were all pretty prepared for the mission, but now you got, like, this, oh, yeah, we're gonna do this now.
Oh, yeah.
It's really strange because it seems like it's infectious to your small group here. While everybody was kind of somber at first, like, now everybody's like, yeah, you know what? We're gonna kick some ass. I think you're both trained in Arcana, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What are your guys' passive perceptions?
Mine's only like 12.
13.
Becky, you kind of notice this faint glow off of the crystal on his hip.
Still a little enamored. I'm like,
He is very handsome too, by the way. He's got these kind of angular features to his face. He's a little bit pale. He's got the Makote eye markings that kind of come down from the center of his eyes and kind of go like this. You see that he is kind of taking the male Makote pose that you may have seen.
Forward.
Yeah, he's got his chest kind of pumped out a little bit. He's very confident in himself. His hands kind of come to these kind of, like, even resting, kind of come to these clawed resting positions in his black gloves. And you see that his tail is, not even down, but, like, up and waving. He is confident. It is this, like, gray into a little bit of white at the tip of his tail coloration.
I think Becky's a little enamored still just because of his bravado. She's kind of like, her tail has kind of flipped around and she's kind of fiddling with the scales on it, and she's like, "Is your rock throbbing, or are you just happy to see me?"
Why not both?
Becky's first crush.
Oh, I don't know if you heard me. He said, "Why not both?"
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
She was too
I
stunned
walk
to
up,
speak.
right behind her and say, "Becky, let me show you how you make a living." And I will come up to Makote and just, like, wrap my tail around his tail, like, think like
Like Avatar? Or the
is it
Siamese?
from Lady and the Tramp where they wrap around the tail like a heart?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Siamese.
That. I do that. As just like a way of, like, flirting. Just like a... I mean, you could do it too. But, and...
You guys all got
I'll just, like,
tails?
just pat over
They do have tails.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You have a tail? You should have a tail.
I don't know too.
Well, he's got a cotton tail.
I'll I'll settle up right next to
No,
him
the
and be like,
bunnies don't have tails.
I appreciate the imposing words. I was not expecting someone so ravenous. I would very much like to get to know you better. What is your name, handsome?
And
This is the first time I've seen Milo flirt with anyone.
while you wrap your tail around his, he doesn't back down from this at all, and you see him like wrap his tail around yours even a little tighter, and he says, "Well, it is a pleasure to meet you as well, but those who ask a name must give one first."
Oh, pardon me. I was enamored. Milos Novak of the Oasis. And you are?
Pleasure to meet you, Milos. And he removes his hat and does like a deep bow, and he says, "My name is Orahatia."
Oh,
boy, I can't spell
y'all
this.
are...
Inigo Montoya, yeah.
Caster group, right? And the,
What?
Tia.
With the caster group and the, like...
I ran away.
She's
I left way before you guys did.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's at training with
Okay.
Char.
I'm with you guys.
So, like, because we're with the melee.
Yeah, we're with the melee.
So
all
we're,
three.
like, ground level in there. So, like, I think... I don't know. I'm just imagining that y'all are kind of close to the cliff, and I just kind of, like, nudge
You guys
Asher.
aren't over to the cliffs at all. You're still in the city. They're
we're still in
on
the
level.
city.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
just
okay.
they're not part of the column yet. They're off to the side,
Okay.
like casting spells. So, and you're at the back of the column, so you may be about like 15, 20 feet away. So, you, like, if you look over in the direction, you can see Milos like wrapping his tail around this Makote stranger.
I'll nudge Asher. I'm not
Becky,
sure I
who was
understand what that
turning
means.
like a couple shades greener
I don't know how
from blushing, her
Please,
face
Miss
suddenly
all of
just
this.
like falls, and I think subconsciously her wings kind of unfold a little and start rattling a little bit.
Rattlesnake?
No, just like back off, bitch. And she like gets her composure and kind of like brushes her hair aside and says, "Orahatia, Becky Blaize."
A pleasure to meet you. And he encircles you in kind of this dance-like movement, swift, and even without detaching his tail from Milos' tail, he somehow is able to wrap your tail into this dance as well.
What
Oh.
kind of...
Materia slot is this?
You get the feeling that Oraha may not care.
I don't know how tailed cultures work. Is this some sort of handshake?
So, like,
Oh, it's some kind of handshake.
Din, you have a tail, so you could,
Din's
what?
like,
Easy.
I do have a
do I want to join the handshake?
But yeah, he kind of does that for a couple seconds before tastefully letting his tail uncoil from all three of them.
And then they went and had sex. All of them.
At the same
At
time?
the same time. My mom wouldn't let me read this.
Three or more. 'cause
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Because
one
it
person
sounds
taking a
like
nap.
you've been reading that.
Recently. Have you not read your own books, Marquies?
No.
I will, after he unfurls his tail from both of us, I will give him a gentle bow and say, "It would be a pleasure fighting on the battlefield with you. Did you have any strategies you'd like us to start with?"
Oh, I'm not in charge. I am merely a player in this game. That would be our dear Emma who's in charge. And he, like, does a deep bow to her as well. And she kind of blushes, too. You may get the feeling that before you came here, he may have made some moves on her as well. Or
Oh,
everyone here seems a little enamored with him, so
rightfully so.
he's got a high charisma.
Ah,
That's because he's wearing hot clothes.
Hot clothes.
He's doing hot girl shit. I get it.
Mhm.
yes. Imminent danger make everybody horny.
Right.
Is
Well,
this a BioWare game?
Maybe.
it is now.
I'm excited for Dreadwolf. Anyway,
Does he have a safe word?
maybe. You don't know that?
I'm not here. I'm in the forest with an old lady.
You're not there, you're not queer.
Oh.
Poor Elly.
Anyway, So Emma takes a moment and she, like, composes herself. And she's like, the column's moving out. We should get going. We can talk along the way.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Let's do this thing.
So, the column marches on, and we'll go over to Elly real quick.
Elly remembered to get dressed this morning.
That's good.
She's not in PJs today, just in case she has to go to war.
That's also good. So, you arrive at Char's cottage, and you see her outside. She is sitting on a wooden bench that's out in front of her house, just kind of leaning back, and she has this wooden pipe that she is taking a couple of drags from, and she looks at you, and she just kind of, like, closes her eyes for a second and you can see her composing herself, and then she opens them back up.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
You told me to be here at dawn. I might be a bit late, but that's because I met a Moogle today, and he was really cute. They were really cute.
And you see as she, like, tries to dig through everything that you say to get to the core of, like, what you're actually intending to say.
That's how it worked with Elly.
Mm-hmm. You have to, it's like a foreign language. You have to, like, run it through your head a couple times. She takes on a gruff tone, and she's like, no, what are you doing here?
You told me to be. I'm confused. I'm supposed to have a lesson today. Did you forget? I know old people forget things sometimes.
She, like, stamps out her wooden pipe, like, on the edge of her bench, and she goes, I can't believe Elar would send me such a selfish apprentice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why am I selfish?
Listen, I understand, and I appreciate you wanting to continue your training. Your friends are out.
Yeah.
They may die.
No.
And you chose to come here instead.
Well, sometimes I accidentally kill them, so I'm really dangerous to them if I don't know what I'm doing.
At this point, don't you think that you're more helpful to them than harmful?
I hope so.
Do you hope so, or do you know so?
Well, that's a good question. Okay, let me think.
Don't think. Just tell me.
Oh, okay. I don't want to kill.
Are you helpful to your friends?
Yes.
Then what are you doing here?
You didn't message me.
I thought you'd come to a conclusion by yourself.
Oh, I can't do that.
And that's why you can't summon Titan.
Shit. Poppy, do you remember what time they were leaving? We need to go fast.
And she's, like, prancing and, like...
Okay. Well, if I don't die, I'll come back tomorrow, okay?
And she just, like, waves you off.
Okay, come on, we gotta go fast. I pick up Poppy and start running. We left before them, so maybe we'll get there in time.
Alright.
You can't fly, can you? We need to get a summon to fly.
So, you take off back down the road, and it's a couple minutes out to Char's cottage, as she does live outside of the village. You get back to town, and the town's dead. There's nobody in town.
Oh, they left us. Okay, which gate was it? South. Which way south?
Since Poppy is based off of your Aether, why don't you make me a nature check? And Poppy kind of looks in a couple different directions, and then, like, looks towards what is probably south, and is like,
Good enough! Wait, did we come from that way?
Poppy looks confused and, like, looks back around and is like,
Shit. Oh, okay, I can do this. Okay.
You see, as, like, this older gentleman, probably was a woodwheeler back in his day, but he's dressed in armor now, and he's probably left for city defense, as he's too
excuse me,
older.
sir.
He's like, Are you lost, miss?
I'm
Can
gonna
I
go fight in the murder war, but I don't know which way south is.
What's a murder war? And he, like, Vietnam flashbacks a little bit.
It's where my friends went. There's a ravine.
We're friends.
People are coming to kill us. I gotta go help them. I just don't know which way south is.
He kind of comes back from the
Are
flashback.
you okay?
Seen some things, dear. South is that way.
Oh, Poppy, you're right. Let's go.
Poppy was not right.
Oh, let's go.
Alright.
She takes off running.
It takes you the better part of about half an hour to finally catch up to the back of the column.
Oh, guys, I found you. She's like some random person at the back.
Yep, mages, you see as Elly is like, she's got, like, Poppy
I'm holding her, and
Yep.
Poppy's doing that cat leg thing when you're holding them and their legs like shake around, and I'm just sprinting.
You see her as she's like yelling at you guys to stop.
No, but don't stop because we have to keep going. But like, slow down, all of you.
All y'all, slow down.
Do you know command?
Command words, stop.
Oh.
So Milos and Becky, you see this, and
Oh, hi, Becky and Milos.
and Araha is like, oh, another acquaintance of yours.
Oh, who are you? You're beautiful.
Well, thank you. My name is Araha Tia, and you are.
I'm Elspeth.
And he like does a deep bow, grabs your hand,
Oh,
and
okay.
gives it a kiss on the top of the.
Okay, you're really friendly. I like him. He's nice.
He's definitely nice.
This is Poppy.
And he takes Poppy's little paw and gives it a shake.
Poppy is also enamored. I'm sorry I'm late. I went to go train to not murder you, and then I got yelled at for some reason, and then I came to catch up.
And the lesson is lost.
Oh! I should know by now how to not murder you, and so I came to fight in the murder.
We're all going to die.
That's
How
not true.
optimistic.
I can summon Garuda.
Well,
Poppy saw it happen.
I hope
Well,
you
she
work
didn't.
on that.
You have not seen this yet, so
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine, she says.
Sure.
Sure. Like we
Um,
just like both make eyes. Sure.
Mr. Oraha, I'm a mage too. How can I help?
I'm flattered, but I'm not in charge. That would be our dear Emma.
You're dressed like somebody who really knows how to take charge of a situation.
I appreciate it. If you want to just go to a couple steps ahead there,
Okay.
Miss Emma there in the white cloak will help you
Oh,
out.
it's nice to meet you.
You as well, my dear.
I'm gonna go find him.
She's just a couple of steps ahead.
Hello.
Oh, hello, you are?
I'm Elspeth.
Hello, Elspeth?
Most people call me Elspeth.
Which do you prefer?
I don't care.
Right. Anyway, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm here to help you fight your murder war.
Okay. Are you with, do you know where you belong here?
No,
or?
Becky's my friend now.
She's just like,
And Milos is my friend. He's been my friend for a while. He gives really good hugs. You should hug him.
Right. But do you know your spot in all of this?
To help you not die.
No, dear. Are you
Oh, I'm a summoner! I grab my horn out of my bag and I stick it on my head.
a summoner?
Yes.
That may be helpful against if the enemy has additional summoners.
Oh, I can only summon 2.5 things.
Fledgling summoner, but we'll still take you.
But sometimes my summons hurt my friends, so it should be fine.
Should be fine.
She looks back at you, Becky and Milos, and she's like giving you this look like,
Oh, it's okay.
do
I
I?
had one day of training and I know how to control it now.
Right.
She's great if you just give her a wide berth.
Where's Marquies? And Asher? I did.
You see the very familiar coat, all-leather outfit of Marquies marching at the back of the column.
They're
ahead
with
of
the
you.
fighters.
Oh, that makes... Wait, Marquies isn't a fighter. He throws potions at people. It's not fighting. He's
The
gonna
fighters
be
use
killed.
potions.
yeah, he's just the guy at the baseball game that throws hot dogs at people.
A
vendor.
glizzy for you,
Yeah.
a glizzy for you.
Okay, let's go to war.
I'm the only one with a gun.
Oh, you have a gun.
Or are you?
Alright.
Maybe I have a goon.
I'm okay.
Make me a goon blade.
Moonblade.
I mean, there could be gun breakers.
Huh?
Is Gregor?
Gregor is not with you. If you would have asked him, he is the Hunters Guild master in this area. His guild doesn't take sides in any kind of conflict. The guild just doesn't take sides.
We just hunt.
Yeah, they're. You would have had time to kind of talk to him. their mission is basically to make sure that there's not wild beasts attacking settlements, to make sure that people are fed by hunting meat, make sure nobody goes hungry. That's kind of their thing. So he doesn't really take sides. Plus, he probably confide in you that he really doesn't like fighting other humanoids, if he can help it. So, yeah, no Gregor. So you guys approach the ravine, and you kind of split before the ravine goes too deeply, and start taking up sides. You see a lot of prep work has been done, but very well covered in most of the area. There's been loose boulders that have been placed just out of sight, probably from the bottom of the ravine, but hidden well enough amongst vines and other trees that they don't draw too much attention. Not to mention, a number of blinds have been placed. Some branches of trees have been tied together to the point where give you guys some visual cover. Maybe not physical cover, but visual cover from anybody trying to spot you. And you see now as Bergen starts kind of shouting orders to everybody. So in this particular column, you guys have, beside yourselves, you guys have about 50 fighters in total. It's not a very large company. But for this particular instance, perhaps numbers won't really mean anything here.
I talk to Emma and say, should I fly to the other end of the ravine and get positioned to corral the enemy in?
Yes, and she points over to a spot that you can see. It is a larger oak tree. And she says, just above the visible tree line on this particular tree, you should be able to reach up and find a tree stand. Should give you enough cover, that way you can hide until you see the end of the column.
Alright. Anything you need from me while I'm still here?
No, just pen them together.
I have something for you, Becky.
Okay.
What are you going to be doing?
I'm going to encourage the soldiers to enter the ravine fast.
Oh, okay. Do you need, like, a boost to anything?
Sure, I guess.
Just be like, give me all your money.
Yeah. I gave them. Okay.
How about, I guess, like, if I can just, I'll have to concentrate really hard, so, like, if you can, like, improve that.
I can't. That would be a great spell. Improve concentration.
It's just a
What?
It's a con save, so it'd be.
Oh,
Yeah, if
concentration.
you,
Okay, wait.
so
Okay.
if you could improve my constitution.
I can do that. Okay, wait, maybe. Yes. Okay. I'm going to, actually, is Asher near?
Not really. He's kind of taken off towards,
Who's near me?
we'll say that the physical fighters, you guys kind of get veered off to the right side of the ravine here, towards the western side.
That's okay. I have Milos here, so I'm going to, at 3rd level, cast Enhance Ability.
Okay.
Bear's Endurance on both of you. On both of you.
More beers.
So she's going to, let's see, fur or feather from, okay. So she's actually gonna, like, reach into a bag and dig around, and she's gonna pull out, like, a couple of tufts of fur that look kind of familiar, like it might have come from Maul, and she's gonna hand a tuft to each of you, and she's gonna say, just keep that in your pocket, okay? And then it starts to glow and, like, engulf you, and you guys feel like your constitution is so good. Because now you have advantage on constitution checks, and you get 2d6 temporary hit points. So, I'm gonna find my d6s. That's 8 temporary hit points.
Alright, make sure you mark
That's
yourselves
up
down.
to an hour.
How many targets can you...
2, and since I cast it at a higher level.
Okay.
I just don't die, okay? Thanks.
So Milos.
I'll try not to.
Becky, you've got the bear's blessing. And Becky, do you start your flight over?
Yep, I with a gust of dirt and dust, take it to the sky.
All right, so most of you fighters now catch the sight of Becky Blaize flying over you, spreading her black wings, and taking off towards the other side of this ravine.
Can I just hop between treetops, trying to keep a low profile?
All right. Doesn't take you very long to find the tree that Spurgeon was speaking about. And with your flight, you don't even have to climb the tree. You can kind of fly to the perch that you see. And it does provide some pretty decent cover. It's a very small tree stand, so there's not much place to, like, sit. There may be a place to, like, kneel or having to stand, so whatever's more comfortable, because you might be here for a while.
Yeah.
How long does your spell last, by the way, Elly?
Up to an hour.
Up to an hour? Okay. All right, fighters. You now see, as most of you are being positioned along the ridge here behind blinds, the three of you actually are stuck together, more towards the center portion of the ravine. There is one particular blind that is wide enough for the three of you, except for what monster does Din, what beast does Din have out?
Mole's definitely standing on 2 feet behind her.
So, the blind wasn't really meant for bears.
She's a bear head.
Yeah.
There's some rather large fighters, but this bear is taking, like, but it's a bear. It's not going to stick out as something that wouldn't be in this area, but also at the same time, it's not going to give him much coverage. So,
Think small, thought small.
so, small mall. All right. It's the better part of 20 minutes before, Becky, you start hearing metal footsteps in rhythm. What? In marching rhythm.
I was supposed to help make difficult terrain, I thought, am I wrong?
You'd had time.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have done that, potentially with Dusty's help.
Not a problem. But yeah, 20 minutes pass, you do what you can, but then you are in the ravine, casting, or close as you can get to the bottom of the ravine with your spell range to make the terrain difficult here. And so the ravine it's a road that's been carved out to make it a bit easier. It's, like I said, it's only about wide enough for maybe 2 carts to get real close to each other. The ground underneath you is compacted dirt and perhaps a bit of stone placed here and there to signal that it is a road. So I will let you... How do you want to make this rough terrain?
I was planning on having Dusty, go through the ground and, instead of... Because part of his thing is he can go without it disturbing, but I specifically want him to, be slightly above the ground and just make a bunch of, rows of, difficult terrain, basically.
Gotcha. So, you get to work, but then you look back and you see somebody is, trying to catch your attention, and you now look, and it seems like you're being signaled to come back.
Okay. As soon as I get that, I will, I can telepathically message to Dusty, right?
Yeah.
Go back. Okay. Yeah, I will do that.
Yep.
We'll go back.
Sounds good. As I said, Becky, 20 minutes passes, and you now hear distant metal on stone, metal on dirt road, and very rhythmic, very trained steps. You hear...
I hear something through the earring.
Through your link pearls? Yep. And that's... you've been kind of keeping an eye on Milos and Milos, as you get the signal, you hear that in your ear as well. So everybody except for Elly gets to hear
What's going on?
Becky.
Everyone looks so stern.
And you start feeling the ground shake. So there must be at least a decent force here. And you have a column of soldiers. They halt for a moment at the edge of the ravine. You see as a couple of scouts kind of come forward, and they are looking around as they break the tree line in front of the ravine. There's some talk amongst the ranks. You can't really hear it from your position.
I whisper. Got scouts. They're inspecting the ravine right
You see as Bergen and Emma are both giving, like, everybody remain calm, kind of keep quiet signals. And you see the forces pull back into the tree line for a moment, and you lose sight of them. But then they reemerge again, and they start marching towards the ravine, and it seems like they've repositioned themselves where they were. The road was a little bit wider here in the forest. They've now, instead of being like 4 wide, they're about 2 wide now, and they've given themselves a little bit of space between each column to kind of space themselves out a little bit. They start marching into the ravine, and just when you think that the column's going to end, you feel heavy rumblings from behind you. Real deep boom, boom, and you hear sounds like thunder, but you realize it's morning still, almost afternoon. That's not possible on this clear day, and then suddenly you realize what that sound is. That's not thunder, that's giant trees being snapped in half. Milos, you feel now as Dusty, looks at you. You feel his attention on you empathically, and you kind of get this notion of, this is what I told you about, as you guys are now, even at the back of the ravine, feeling these tremors coming from the ground. Suddenly, Becky, even from your perspective, you see this mass of purple moving through the trees, and you catch glimpses of it, and it's moving slow enough but strongly. And suddenly you see a head emerge from the tree line, and is ahead of this beast, almost lion-like, these fangs coming from a snout, and it has this ring in its nose and these 2 black horns that protrude and pick upward, this purple mane that seems to sweep as it sniffs around, it's drooling, as it's growling, and as it breaks the tree line, it kind of stands up on these 2 legs, and you hear it just, and it comes back down on 2 feet, and that is where we will end this episode.
Oh
Nah.
Let's wrestle it. Let's wrestle it.
Guys, they have a big fucking cat.
So guys, make sure to tune in next time to see how these guys will handle
Yeah, it could be our
this
last
challenge.
episode in this campaign.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Campaign 4.
Oh boy.
But thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure to check us out. Fridays on YouTubes and Wednesdays on podcasts. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
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 Thank you for tuning in to the Campaigns of the Plains channel. Catch new material every Friday on YouTube, and make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook.